In 2010, in Louisiana, at exactly 7 a.m., a woman named Nancy was sitting at home holding her phone. She was waiting for her husband's usual morning call. Every day, her husband would call before work to check on her. But minutes passed. Then 15 minutes. Nothing. This had never happened before. Minutes passed. Then 15 minutes. Nothing. This had never happened before in 20 years. Nancy panicked. She called him again and again. No answer. So she called his office. Maybe he went to work and forgot to call. She called the office repeatedly. No answer. Then after 5 minutes, a janitor picked up. Nancy asked, "Where is my husband Victor?" The janitor said, "We're all confused. He never came to work. This never happens." Nancy knew something was wrong. She said, "Go to his hotel room immediately, room 348. Victor's co-workers rushed to the elegant hotel. They went straight to room 348. They banged on the door. They shouted. They pounded hard. No response at all. Their voices were so loud that hotel staff ran upstairs. Even the manager came running. Their voices were so loud that hotel staff ran upstairs. Even the manager came running. The manager asked, "What's the problem?" They said, "Victor is inside and won't answer. He never missed work. We're scared something happened." The manager grabbed a spare key. He opened the door. They all walked in. What they saw made their blood run cold. Victor was lying dead on the floor. No blood anywhere. The room was perfectly tidy. Everything in its place. But Victor's body told a different story. A strange mystery began. Peace be upon you. Today's story is one of the strangest mysteries I have ever told. Our main character is a 55-year-old man named Victor Lincoln. He worked for an oil company. The company was in Texas, not Louisiana. So every week, Victor drove 2 hours to Texas. He always stayed at the elegant hotel, room 348. 3 days of work, 3 nights there. A couch and a window on the left. Victor took off his shoes and placed them by the door. He sat on the bed and opened his suitcase. He took out his sleeping clothes and changed. He lay down on the bed and picked up the remote. He started flipping through channels. Victor was a quiet man who loved peace. He never went out, never socialized. In his 20s, he was wild. But at 50, he said, "I need rest. No more craziness." That night, Victor reached for the AC remote. He turned it to the coldest setting.
He also turned the fan to maximum. Texas is extremely hot. Victor always froze his room.
He didn't care about his health. He ate anything. He drank anything. But his body was athletic. That night passed normally. He slept. The next morning, he was supposed to call his wife. But the call never came. Nancy sat holding her phone, waiting. She called him. No answer. She called his office. No answer. Then suddenly, a janitor heard the phone and picked up. Nancy asked, "Where is Victor?" The janitor said, "He never came to work at all."
His coworkers said, "We'll go to the hotel right now and check on him." They rushed over. They went to room 348. They pounded on the door. They shouted as loud as they could. No response. They kept banging. The noise was so loud that neighbors came out asking. Even the hotel manager ran upstairs. He asked, "What's going on?" They explained everything.
The manager grabbed the spare key and opened the door. When it opened, they saw horror.
Victor's body was lying on the floor, face down, leaning slightly to his left side. In his left hand, he was holding a cigarette. He wasn't moving. The manager panicked. They called an ambulance and the police. Moments later, detective arrived. "Don't touch anything. Don't move him. Step back." I took photos.
He examined the room carefully. He checked the door for signs of forced entry. Nothing.
The door was perfectly intact. The room was completely tidy. No signs of a struggle. He checked Victor's pockets. He found a wallet with $1,000 inside. Did you notice anything strange? Suddenly, there was an electrical short circuit. The microwave exploded. The power went out in his room and nearby rooms. Victor reported it immediately. The hotel sent a maintenance worker. He fixed the electricity at 8:30 p.m. Then detective interviewed the neighbors in room 349. 3 men lived there. They were maintenance workers for an electric company. Did you hear anything strange?
The 3 men said, "No, nothing. And even if something happened, we were drunk. We weren't in our right minds at all." Detective, thank you. He ordered the police to take Victor's body to the morgue. Natural death, he thought. He called Nancy and explained. Nancy was devastated. She drove straight to Texas.
I know. He never took care of himself. Heavy smoker. Ate anything.
I warned him many times. His health would eventually betray him. She believed it.
Everyone believed it was natural. Meanwhile, the body arrived at the morgue. Dr. Neo, a top forensic pathologist, prepared Victor's body on the table. The only thing he noticed was that small bruise on the left side of the face. Then he saw something tiny, hidden. Between Victor's thighs was a tiny hole. Very small, almost invisible. The doctor didn't pay much attention to it. It seemed too minor. So he began the autopsy. He opened Victor's abdomen.
What he saw made him freeze. A horrifying sight. Victor's organs were completely destroyed.
His organs were mashed from his groin all the way to his heart. His ribcage was shattered.
His heart was split open. His stomach was open, with food spilling out. Inside, his body looked like a car had run over him. Severe internal bleeding. But from the outside, he was flawless. No scratches. The doctor couldn't believe it. He had never seen anything like this. A body intact outside but destroyed inside. This is absolutely not a natural death. This is a homicide. He died from blunt force trauma. When detective read the report, he was stunned. Died from beating? But his body is clean from the outside. He rushed to the morgue. "How can you write this?" The doctor said, "I've never seen anything like this. A car ran over him. Or he was beaten to death." His body tells the truth. Detective Apple looked at the body himself. He saw the crushed chest. He finally realized this was no natural death. But there was a mystery. No leads. His heart was split open. His stomach was open, with food spilling out. Inside, his body looked like a car had run over him. severe internal bleeding. But from the outside, he was flawless. No scratches. The doctor couldn't believe it. He had never seen anything like this. A body intact outside but destroyed inside. This is absolutely not a natural death. This is a homicide. He died from blunt force trauma. When Detective read the report, he was stunned. Died from beating? But his body is clean from the outside. He rushed to the morgue. "How can you write this?" The doctor said, "I've never seen anything like this. A car ran over him. Or he was beaten to death." His body tells the truth. Detective Apple looked at the body himself. He saw the crushed chest. He finally realized this was no natural death. But there was a mystery. No leads.